Sheikh Jassim ends pursuit of Manchester United. It was rumored 48 hours ago he was interested in buying Manchester United back. Obviously, he fell out of the buyout process with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now Ratcliffe's reign is unchallenged. Is Sir Jim the one to bring us back to the promised land? We've seen about a year and change from INEOS and the man.
If this was a experience in 1 year blocks, I don't think he would earn another year based on the first 12 months in the job. There's been some big mistakes. There's been some smaller mistakes. Obviously the Ashworth firing is the one that sticks out in my mind the most, even more egregious than backing and then unbacking Eric Ten Hag in quick succession. But they've also made it just series after series of kind of like PR mistakes as well. Sheikh Jassim, the Qataris, I have a feeling this will not be the last time we're talking about a sovereign country from the Middle East coming to maybe buy Manchester United. So I think this is coming. I don't know when it's coming, but Ratcliffe is failing. I think INEOS doesn't have the guts. He doesn't have the temperament to let people run the business that know what they're doing. He likes to get too involved, and I have a feeling that Sheikh and the Qataris would probably hire smart people and let them run things. I think now they've learned from the PSG experiment. I think they were really involved early days, and then they take a more of an arm's length approach, and things are going well for them. They're in a Champions League final once again. So United is a dumpster fire. I think Ratcliffe is going to run out of juice. I don't think he's going to have the cash that he needs to go and buy the whole fucking thing. So I think eventually Qataris, the Saudis, probably not the Emiratis at this point, given they have City, but one of those two countries will likely come calling for Manchester United over the next, 2 to 5 years, I would imagine. What do you think, sir?
Yeah, I think this is interesting timing. The fact that there were some rumors building up that there was some $8 billion bid tabled by Sheikh Jassim. I kind of feel like, why would you bid more for an asset that you only bid $4.5 billion for, and things are going sideways as shit since then? Like, I feel like the valuation has to go down.
And where did 8 come from? That's a big number.
Obviously, Ratcliffe hitting the $6 billion. What's amazing about Manchester United generally is, like, you look at the NFL and you see these franchises, like one of the worst teams in the NFL going for $6 billion. Which is basically like one of the best teams in the EPL going for the same valuation. Arguably, that's overpriced given sort of where the balance sheet is and the struggles that United currently has. My view of the situation is the Glazer-INEOS relationship, it's not going great.
No.
Right? INEOS came in, they negotiated this very complicated deal where they were going to have say over the footballing operations. They've kind of made things worse. They are going to have next season to figure it out. For me, if next season is an Amram sacked United in the similar position in the table, it will turn into a fire sale very quickly. And the Glazers, I forget the exact timeline they have. The Sir Jim can block a sale, I think, for 24 months. It's been 18. So once they hit that timeline, then the Glazers are back to full ratchet. They can sell the club. And I feel like the most likely outcome is that happens, right? And so the club will eventually be sold, or Ratcliffe can just have a miracle season, make every single right move in the summer and turn it around. And we make Champions League next year. But this is like a sort of a dark cloud overhead. It's something you have to think about. It's not quite the racket that Sean Dyche put up with Everton over those 2 seasons. But this is something where if next season goes bad out of the gate, and then the Glazers and INEOS in the boardroom are fighting, they're going to be forced to sell. And Sheikh Jassim most likely will be there. He's not going to table them a get-out-of-jail-free premium bid now. That was always BS rumors, but the fact that they came out today and basically said, we're not interested. But they would be coming back with that £4.5 million bid again if things don't look good next year for INEOS and the Glazers.
And the real thing is, I fear that it will go bad based on decisions and the way we've seen Sir Jim and co run the club. Is what's the offer that turns their head? Is it like $5 billion? If the club is like in 16th place and we're points off the relegation area, and we're fighting it out with Leeds or fighting it out with Burnley for, a survival spot. Do they take a bid of $4.5 billion, next year when things look really bleak and they just fired a manager, brought in who knows who, like anyone, Graham Potter.
No, it could get dark.
No, it could get really bad,
this
really,
could go
really
really
fast.
Dark. This could go.
I think they'll sell if it gets that bad.
Yeah, so as a United fan, look, I'm hopeful that Ineos are going to make big moves. They're going to sell big names, and they're going to cash in, and they're going to get Amram a squad of dogs, and he's going to be able to do something with it. Maybe not quite Champions League, but something that is rebuilding like the bottom is today. Like this season is the bottom, and then Amram's going to bring us up the table. Maybe not as fast as Ineos needs, but we're going to see improvement on the field at least while these financial storm clouds overhang. And so realistically, this is a tough one for fans. I just feel like Ineos didn't have the funds to give United enough cash because the Glazers took secondary, right? So that most of the money that Sir Jim did in the deal went straight to the Glazers' pockets. And if without that money, like we need somebody who can just write a check for the $2 billion stadium. Like it's what happened to the stadium, by the way.
Yeah.
If you listen to us, we said it's not
Where's
real
the money?
because we don't have money.
Where's
So
the
it's
money,
like,
Lebowski?
by the way, Qatar could just cut that check and it's real tomorrow. It's not when you're trying to raise money and you're already a billion in debt. So this whole situation is going to get cleaned up. I hope that we don't go into the darkness next year with a Ruben Amram sacking and we start to see results on the pitch turn around, because having the financial picture bleak and having the football be bleak, that's a real dark time. That's where we are right now. And so we like to see something's got to give here at the end of the day.
And if both those situations are as bleak as they are pointing to be and likely to continue to, develop in a negative way, the only out is a sovereign, really. At a certain point, like the only kind of escape we have is to hit rock bottom, and both groups of owners, the Glazers and the Ratcliffes, are like, yo, we got to sell this fucking thing.
No, call JG Wentworth 877 cash now.
Yeah, cash now, bro.
We need debt consolidation, bro. We need this is like,
we need a guy who put $1 billion in. They put 200 million in instead. It's like we needed $1 billion.
No, we need
$2
JG
billion.
Wentworth, bro. We need to be like
yeah, you got some
877 cash now, bro. We need cash now. It's like we are
fucking fucked.
Let us know what you think. Are you confident in Ratcliffe's leadership to take us out of this financial black hole, or do you think we need sovereign wealth money to take it over and solve all of our problems overnight? Please like, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you in the next YouTube video.